All right, we're live with the pre-show, and it's the previews pre-show, so there's not much to really talk about. I'm going to share the show around. If you're jumping on, go ahead, share the show around. And the bullies, recorded this afternoon or streamed this afternoon.
Really? That's
Yeah.
weird for them.
It is usually
they're like a Tuesday listen for me because they do it so late on.
Yeah, dude. Like into Tuesday morning, they usually do it.
Yeah.
And I guess Leroy had the day off because of the weather, because he's in Mississippi and they're like, they don't know.
Oh yeah, we're freaking out here.
Yeah, it's the same
with our
thing
little
here.
bit. But I can only imagine Mississippi. Yeah,
and I even dogged them on the show because they talked about the weather for 10 minutes. Like, oh, it's like the weather channel,
like we're doing right now.
Yeah. But yeah, like we're doing right now. This is us. This is us right here. I saw this guy. I was walking to the store this morning. I saw this guy on my way. I don't know where everybody else is, but
they're probably out buying their milk and bread right now.
Yeah, they're milk sandwiches, French toast. We're gonna talk about the books, even if it's just me and Adam. Oh no, there's Taylor. Even if it's just me and Adam, we're gonna talk about the books coming out this week, Tuesday and Wednesday. But I mean, there's Taylor. This is the pre-show. So, what are we doing the rest of the month? It's very exciting. Tomorrow, 7:30 Central Time, RoboCop, the comic book bullies, which we were just talking about, are going to be here to talk about the 1987 sci-fi action classic, RoboCop. Very excited for that one.
Watch it again today.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Had nothing to do.
I'm going to watch it tonight or tomorrow, I think. I haven't decided yet.
You've really been binging that movie the last few weeks, it sounds like.
Well, I want to get the full...
I've watched it 3 times, yeah.
I want to get the full, onslaught of what the meanings are, the themes. Because, RoboCop's such a deep movie about a man who shoots a guy in his dick.
He deserves it, though.
Thanks for hanging out, Taylor. A little late. It's all good. I was very late, actually.
Yeah, you were very late sharing the link, so I didn't.
See, when you're late, it just goes down. It trickles down.
Yeah. Ooh, we got a surprise Monday nighter, aka David. The regular Sunday night crew is hanging out for the preview show. That's nice. But yeah, I saw this guy as I was walking into work or walking to the store this morning. He was on the way.
Were you riding your tauntaun?
Yeah, on my tauntaun. I didn't make it past the first marker before I had but then next Tuesday.
Did he smell better on the inside?
Taylor's not going to be here for the RoboCop show, but he will be here next Tuesday for the top 5 writers or comic book runs writers.
Get the show right.
It's going to be very fun. Hopefully the weather will be better. I don't know what the weather has to do with doing any part of this show, but very exciting things down the pipe. I'm very excited. Everyone has their lists, right? Everyone has their list.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I guess it's still subject to change, but I think I know what my list is.
Yeah, me too. I think I got it. I'm in there. We'll see what happens. So yeah, let's just get right into the show. Talking previews.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite show of the week, man. Every week.
It certainly does suck.
It does. That's right. So
way to temper everybody's expectations for the show.
Don't get too excited, y'all. Don't get too excited.
Man,
thank you for reminding me. Oh man, have you been watching like them Uber Eats commercials with Wayne's World?
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
I love them. They are nostalgically fun.
Yeah. Greetings, geeks. Welcome back to another episode of This Geek in Comics, Our Geekery's a comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
I am your co-host Gomer. With me, as always, Adam, Normal, and Taylor for the Monday Night Show, aka David, stopping by for the preview show, and we are down one Jules True. I don't know where the true one is.
He says he's stuck at work in Messenger.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm surprised he even went into that today. all sorts of
my work got
places
canceled.
are closing
So
down. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he is able to walk to where he works. Like he's very close.
Well, that's a problem. You're not. That's why you're not supposed to do that. You're
And
supposed
he's
to,
like a facilities manager. Like he takes care of the tenants. He's a sort of
He
like
does,
Bookman.
yeah.
Remember Bookman from Good Times? No one else watched Good Times?
I was thinking more along the lines of Don Knotts' character from Three's Company.
Oh, come on. Holy. At least
But
Bookman
he's
at
no
least
Don
tried to
Knotts,
be
okay.
cool. Bookman at least tried to be cool. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's
Three's
got to go
Company
to
is a
work
show
no
that
matter
has
what.
not aged well. You know.
No, it has not.
It's not great at
There's
all.
a knock on your door.
No, he's
It's
talking
a
about the
communist
That's
coup.
actually the
comedy.
theme song, David.
He's
You can
talking about
stop
the
now, David.
comedy themes.
Yeah.
It's very homophobic. It's very misogynistic. It's got a lot of problems. But hey, it was a different time.
But it had John Ritter in it, so that makes up all of it.
What the hell? What is that talking about? What does that mean? All right, we're talking about books. Let's get into it. Unless somebody had a great day today doing something special, but I doubt it. All right, we're gonna start with DC first. If you're in the chat, if you see something, say something. Okay, we're gonna talk about all the new comics dropping this week in shops, starting tonight at midnight, actually, with these DC books. But again, if you see something, say something. Shout out a book in the chat. We'll go back and talk about it because of the delay. Batman, Catwoman.
I am off this book. I
I'm not
wanted
reading
to like
anything.
it. I wanted to give it a
Yeah,
chance because of the Mask of Phantasm stuff. But
Yeah.
Tom King has jumped the shark a few books ago for me, and this just isn't that great.
It is a shame. Like Mask of the Phantasm is something that needs a lot more love in the comics side of things, and he's had 2 issues now to kind of set stuff up, and it's still just what the fuck is going on after
His
just
pacing's
2
all
issues.
over the place. You can't grasp
I
what's
love this
going
cover.
on.
I love this
Yeah.
cover.
And like
Holy
if this was shorter, I might be willing to write it out, but 12 issues is a big ask when you still haven't established anything for me to grab onto after 2 issues,
And most likely it'll go late, so you'll be reading this into December. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So yeah, I'm not reading that. Future State. What's good at Future State? They got a shit ton of second printings, but Immortal Wonder Woman.
I might pick up the Immortal Wonder Woman because I like the first issue.
Oh, you did?
I
Okay,
read
well, we can talk about it.
I read the Catwoman and the Nightwing ones, and they both had not bad first issues.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up this Nightwing issue that you're gonna get to in a second. The first one, like Taylor said, it wasn't bad. And it's one of the cheaper Future State books.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the Catwoman one. Otto Schmidt doing art. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'm much more willing to
Nightwing.
give these things a shot when they're only $3.99.
Yeah, that
Definitely.
$8 price point's a big.
Oh
big
man, that's a
turn
great
off.
cover. Nicola Scott Nightwing cover. That's pretty dope.
Pretty rad.
That is.
That's pretty nice. Future State Shazam. No one cares. Worlds at War. The weird fantasy Superman.
Okay.
cover.
The Superman on John Carter's The Mars.
Yeah.
I
that's
did read
basically
the
what it
first
is.
issue of that, and it actually was pretty solid. At least the Superman main story was actually pretty solid. It was a pretty good look at what Superman means to people and who he is as a character. $8 is a big ask though, so I couldn't recommend this to somebody else though.
Yeah. That's fair. 4-4. We're getting to the end. The last, this is the big one. This is the one they were hanging everything on.
I haven't read a
Future State
single
Batman.
one of these.
I read the first one. I didn't care for it.
They're $9 fucking bucks.
Yeah, I didn't care for it. This is a weird one. Mad Magazine number 18. Mad is a shell of its former self. However, this
Thanks, AT&T.
Yeah, thanks. This solicit says that this is Peter Cooper's final installment of Spy vs. Spy. He's been writing Spy vs. Spy
forever.
for 21 years. I'm pretty sure it's maybe longer than that. Second only to the guy who actually created Spy vs. Spy way back when.
Man, this guy's
see
run on Spy vs. Spy is old enough to legally buy alcohol. That's pretty impressive.
And he's not even the creator of it. You know what I mean? He's the guy who picked it up after 4 other guys picked it up after the first guy created it. So Yeah, that's insane to me, man. It's so cool. But
You got
yeah,
to be doing something right if you go that long with a run, right?
Now, now, do we have any info on like the next artist, or is this just
no. And Mad Magazine again. It's a shell of what it was. I bet it's just done. I don't know
That'd be
who.
sad.
Yeah, and the thing about it is Warner Brothers, DC owns Mad. They own Spy versus Spy. I'm sure they're going to try to do a movie. I think they already did try to do a movie.
I
Spy
heard
versus
him talk
Spy.
about that. I don't think anything came of it, though.
Yeah, so they're not going to give that up. But man, I hope that dude gets solid work. He's
Well,
won so
when-
many awards.
when we had Mad TV back in the late '90s? We did have an animated Spy versus Spy.
Yeah, it was rad.
It was pretty good.
Last book here that I think is worth mentioning is Truth and Justice #1. Jeffrey Thorne, Jody Tarragona, and Chris Cross. This originally was a digital first. I think 2 issues of the digital first are out now, and now they're collecting it in paper. This is what they said they were going to do. Push.
I'm probably not
digital
going
and
to
then-
pick this up.
Me neither. I'm not picking up anything from DC this week.
How much was that?
$6.
$4.99.
Oh no, $5.
Sure.
I think there's a cardstock cover that's $6. Oh no, just a regular cover variant that's $5.
I'll put that on a maybe pile, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just not interested at all. All right, moving on to everything else. These come out Wednesday. Again, if you see something, say something. If we go over a book and you want us to talk about it, if we skip a book, just mention it in the chat. We'll go back.
The only book I'm picking up.
David, what is this?
Aria?
What is Aria?
I don't know.
Area. You don't know anything about this?
I'm not interested
This
in it.
looks like-
So
This looks like it'd be something that I don't understand why it's just a one shot. Heavenly Creatures, is this like a thing, a franchise that I just don't know about? I mean, it's
it might
$7.
be. It sounds familiar, but it's not ringing
Yeah.
any bells. I mean, it could be something like that was made back like in the 90s, a long time with like Dawn
Yeah.
and all that.
I mean, I know the name Brian Haberlin. That art is freaking wonderful cover art, but yeah, I just don't know shit about this, man. I figured you did. Moving on.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a short week, kind of a light week at Image Comics in terms of new books. Family Tree is a Jeff Lemire book that's been freaking
Okay,
good, everything.
That's a perennial favorite. Yeah,
I
that's
just
a good book.
looked up the Wikipedia, and Aria is a comic series from Image from about 20 years ago.
Oh, there you go. They're coming back. Stillwater is a great book. That's Chip Zdarsky
Mhm.
and I forget his damn name. Oh, that wasn't even Stillwater I was on. That was Haha.
No, that was haha.
Haha, I'm looking forward to that second issue.
Yeah, W. Maxwell Price. I think his name's actual Prince. W. Maxwell Prince, not Price. Zoe Thorogood. There's a different artist on every issue. It's sort of an anthology horror, series. It's great. I love everything.
That first
he does.
issue was not very horrible.
It was though, man. It was. I mean,
it was
just kept
depressing, not necessarily
depressing, yeah.
horror, but
yeah.
I just heard the description from you guys, and that really was a bummer of an issue. It sounded like.
That's
what
Family
else?
Tree again.
It's a very
Stillwater.
light.
There's Stillwater right there. Yeah.
Stillwater's good. This is the end of the first arc, which has been wonderful. Chip Zdarsky and Mike Spicer. It's about a town where nobody dies and they heal real fast, and they are keeping it a secret. And
It's a
an
town full of
outsider.
Wolverines.
Mhm.
yeah, an outsider comes in, and last issue, the big cliffhanger was there's like this Marine team that is hiding, near the town that is also, has plans of their own. So that's gonna be
Yep. So watch out in a week or two because I'm sure that trade will come out soon.
yeah, and it's going to be $10. It's going to be super accessible. People are going to start talking about it then.
Yeah.
Once the
Yep.
trade comes
Yeah,
out.
That's how Image always works.
Image
Everybody
first
waits for the
trades are
trade.
generally cheap.
Walking
No,
Dead.
that's a smart
redo.
way to do it. I mean,
It is.
it's an easy sell, right? Pick up this discounted first issue and try to hook you.
Yeah. And usually they can, Image
Oh, yeah.
hits a lot more often than they don't.
Yeah.
Walking Dead Deluxe, repainted Walking Dead.
It's colorized Walking Dead is what it is.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, Kirkman, cha-ching. Barbalian, I
I'm
know
looking
David's
forward to
read
that.
this. Yeah, I know you've read this issue to issue. I think I'm going to wait now until all of them are out, now that I'm so far behind. But also a shout out to this book. I'm going to bring up the Mike Mignola
I'm
cover.
excited for that one too.
Ooh,
Yeah,
young
this is
Hellboy.
like Yeah, it's a young Hellboy. He goes to like an island as a young demon spawn and does Hellboy stuff. At this point, really, there's no other direction to go for.
Yeah,
There's
Is
old
he
man
gonna be played
Hellboy.
out?
kind of. Yeah, they're
They've done that, haven't they?
I don't know.
I'm pretty
don't
sure they've
remember.
done some old man Hellboy stories.
Hellboy's an
Old man
interesting franchise in that,
Hellboy.
like, there is like this big overarching narrative about him like bringing about the apocalypse and all that. But Hellboy also works as just kind of like this episodic, like, what
Morality
weird
tale.
thing is he contending with this week of thing?
Yeah, you're
that
right.
could work a bit.
You're right. Yeah. And they do everything.
He's a character with a lot of legs, but yeah,
he's done a lot
might
of
be
walking
running
too.
out of
Though.
ideas.
Yeah, a lot of legs, but he's done
That's
a lot
true.
of
He's got a lot of
walking.
legs, but we probably are getting near the end of.
Yeah.
him out of legs.
IDW has
Yeah.
only one book out this week, but it's going to be a big one. TMNT, the
best
Last
one.
Ronin number
Hell
2.
yeah, I've been waiting for this
Yeah.
forever.
Everybody has. Jeez. It feels
Man,
like it's
that
been
first
forever.
issue was fantastic. It was an instant classic. This is definitely the top
Yeah.
of should be the top of everybody's list.
Yeah.
It's been long enough since
this
the last one came out that like I had to wait like 2 months to get it after you guys got it because I couldn't find it in the shop. And it's been a month since I've gotten it now, so it really has been quite a layover here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a time between the issues, and this is like a $9 book that's actually worth it.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
I
yeah,
think
it
so
is.
too. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
format
First
and
issue.
the length. Yeah. Go ahead, Taylor.
Get bang for your. Oh, just say you get a lot of bang for your buck on that. So yeah,
Yeah,
totally
definitely.
worth the price tag. It's a graphic novel, not just a anthology thing like
Yes.
the Future State stuff is.
Yeah. So that's it from IDW. It's kind of a weak week for them, man.
Oh, I'm sure they'll get their money worth though out of
Oh
that.
yeah, the last Ronin is gonna sell like a mug. So, all right, on to Marvel. This is the big one. Black Widow number 5. Kelly Thompson, and I know Jordi Belair. Oh yeah, Elena Casagrande. It looks like Rafael De La Torre is helping out with some of the art on this too, but it's still Jordi Belair doing.
I love that cover.
Oh, dude,
It has been a minute since the last issue came out. I thought I had missed that issue.
That first arc was wonderful. It ended with that nice explosion and the cliff. You know, it wasn't even really a cliffhanger. It's just like, oh my gosh, you know. So yeah, I'm stoked for this. I am very excited to have this book finally coming back. And I don't know. It's not really much to say.
I feel like this went kind of under the radar, but it was, I think, one of the best books Marvel was putting out last year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about those colors for me, man. Jordi Belair is nailing it on this book. The story's solid. I mean, she's been brainwashed into thinking she's got a family and she loves them,
fun.
but not really.
My favorite part are all the fight scenes they do. They're so beautifully choreographed across the page and everything.
Yeah, yeah. And this is a good example right here of her just catching that mid slap. It's Casagrande does a great job of capturing motion, you know, on the panel. So, she got the little duck. Oh, heartbreaking. Yeah, great series. Definitely on my list this week. I'm happy that it's coming back. We get another cover. Oh, an Aliens cover. Black Widow has no chance against a xenomorph. Okay, just saying. If we're keeping track, Wolverine can. Black Widow's got no chance, dude.
If
I don't
she's
know,
just
if Ripley
like
has a
stuck in
chance,
a
I
room,
think Black Widow has.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if Black Widow's just like stuck in a cage match with the xenomorph, yeah, she's screwed. But like, if she has the ability to like, you know, do environment kills or whatever, she's got at least as much of a chance as Ripley had.
Oh, sure. Cable number 8 is super weird. Gary Dugan and Phil Noto.
It's a fun book. I'm waiting for them to actually do something with it.
Yeah, it's been a slow go. It's been dealing with Cable's relationships, and this one's weird as hell. Cable's got like a long-standing on and off again relationship with Domino, but young Cable has never met Domino.
Oh, so that's gonna be awkward.
So that's gonna be really strange and awkward and fun to explore, you know. And good on Gary Duggan for you know looking into it to explore it. Cap number 27, Ta-Nehisi Coates. I'm sure is still on that. No. Oh, yeah, he is. With Leonard Kirk. I have not been reading this. I've heard that it's like every third issue is really good.
I enjoy it.
Is basically what I heard.
It is kind of the lesser of his two Marvel books in a lot of ways. Like his Black Panther is consistently better, but it's a fun read. It's not as good as I had hoped it would be, but it's pretty good.
That's a dope cover for the Captain
Yeah.
America. The aliens
Okay, so
cover.
do you think Captain America could be the Xenomorph, just like straight up slugging it out?
No. He's got
Yeah.
acid blood, dude. He's got acid blood. It's hard.
Yeah,
to beat
but he's got
acid
that
blood.
shield. He's got that vibranium shield.
You think he could just throat
As-
and cut his head off from a distance?
As
Cap's not doing a lot of cutting things. He does a lot of more bludgeoning.
Well,
So
you can-
yeah,
Yes.
You can kill an alien without letting it bleed.
yeah.
What are you gonna do? Bore it to death?
you
What's
can
he gonna
snap
tell him
its
a
neck.
story about World War
You
II?
can just punch the shit out of it till it
Until
it
his fan melts from all the acid blood. All right, moving on. Champions number 4. Man, I'm actually really excited about this. I know Taylor loves the Power Pack book. It's part of Outlawed, but dude, this is the Outlawed book. Eve Ewing and Bob Quinn are writing it. Cyclops is back. If you remember, Cyclops was a member of the Champions, but it was when the time displaced First Class was in the present day.
Yep.
So there's still some threads left from that story that they didn't quite wrap up. And Cyclops, in last issue, Cyclops went to the team as they were about to be arrested for breaking the law because of Kamala's law. And he said, nope, I'm part of Krakoa and I'm giving them amnesty. They're citizens of Krakoa or whatever. So you can't touch them. Saves their ass. But just in the preview, we caught a transmission, someone alerting Cradle to your location. And it was Viv Vision. What?
Dun, dun, dun.
And if you've been reading the issue, Viv's kind of like on her own sort of, journey to discover self. Out in the Midwest. She's hanging out with like some widowed old lady, doing her own thing. But man, I'm sorry. This book has been awesome. This book has been incredibly good. I've had such a great time with it. Whatever.
Hey, so it's a bit of an aside. Whatever happened with the time displaced original X-Men team?
They went back. They ended up going back.
They
Remember
kept
the big
those
fear?
motherfuckers around for years. God.
Remember the
They were
big
around for a
deal?
long time.
Well, if you remember, the big deal was, well, as soon as we get back, Professor X is going to detect what happened and then erase our minds. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, well, we don't want to go back. Well, eventually they were like, yeah, let's go back. And that's what happened. They went back.
Well,
and
they were
erased their minds.
They were a Bendis special, He's the master of that, introducing concepts and then never wrapping them up and just leaving them dangling for years for other writers to come and fix later.
No one beats a dead horse like Bendis. I mean, how many arcs in a row was the fucking Red Hood the goddamn villain,
Yeah.
And that's not even an interesting character, but he just would not stop.
Brian K.
using him.
Vaughn made the Red Hood kind of dope.
I
not
don't
the Red
care.
Hood. I think
he's
he's
not
just
an interesting
the Hood.
character.
He's not, but BKV made him awesome, dude. Made him
Okay, well,
amazing.
Brian K. Vaughn's gonna elevate anything, but
That's exactly what I was about to say. Brian K. Vaughan could write anything, and it would be awesome. Moving on. Oh, nice D'Souza cover there for that. Okay, Flatline. Whenever Marvel's got something good, they milk it, and I'm happy they've been doing it with this Immortal Hulk stuff because most of the books have been good, and this one should be too. Declan Shelby is doing the art and the writing.
It'll at least look really pretty.
Yeah, it does look pretty too, man.
Give me some water.
I'm thirsty.
As much as I love Immortal Hulk, I usually don't go in for the tie-ins unless Al Ewing himself is writing them.
And this is just going to be a one-shot in that sort of same vein, the same tone that Ewing has given the character. At least that's what they have been up to this point.
Yeah.
And Shelby's dope, man. His art looks just
it looks great.
So that's a good one. That's on my radar for this week.
This Iron Fist book. That first issue was fantastic.
Yeah, Larry Hama, Dave Wachter, I think his name is how you pronounce his name.
Classic Larry Hama.
Yeah,
good and the bad. Some of his dialogue was a little stilted, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it reads like a really good book from the Silver Age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and look at that art. That is awesome, dude. And it's full of that, and it's full of motion. The fight, sequences are perfect. Look at that. That's some creative shit. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
That's nice. So yeah, that's on my list for sure. I love that first one. So Iron Man. I dropped off of Iron Man. Anyone read Iron Man?
Sorry,
No.
no.
Yeah, me neither.
King in Black.
Ooh.
King in Black number 4.
Yeah, here's a mech strike. Sorry, Iron
No,
Man
you're
book
good.
and some mech strike cover. Ooh, that's rad. Sorry, I'm loving those big robots. But yeah, this is probably the book I'm looking forward to the most this week. King in Black, number 4 or 5, the penultimate issues. Cates and Stegman have been, building this shit up forever.
Stegman's been killing it.
It's paying off, I think, man. The story's been pretty solid too. As much as Venom, the book Venom, is dragging, it's still great. But this shit's actually happening in this event, and Dylan and Noel are finally face to face. Oh man, it's gonna be cool. Dylan's gonna whip his ass, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so great. But then, like, Dylan's gonna be like the bad guy. You know,
Okay,
he's
so
gonna...
for the uninitiated,
Go ahead.
but
Taylor.
for the uninitiated, how is Dylan able to go? How is he able to go toe to toe with like this guy who can like pimp out Celestials and like smack around the Sentry and all this other stuff?
Dylan has the same sort of power that Noel has, only he's stronger than Noel. Noel's power is to speak to and control the symbiotes. Dylan is able to do that even more so than Noel. We're not really sure exactly how, but it has something to do with him just being born of Venom symbiotes, and yeah, because of Eddie's connection to the symbiotes, and yeah.
Okay.
And I think they're going to flesh it out by the end of this. The arc of Venom that was before the King in Black one, they actually go to an alternate universe where Dylan basically is Null. He took over and everybody's nullified. Everybody has a Venom symbiote and they're like happy about it. They like love Dylan because of it. It's very interesting, very fun. So I think that's what's going to end up happening. Null is like the symbiote god who is the bad guy. But Dylan, he would have like a twist in the other arc anyway. He had this twisted reality where he thought he was actually doing everybody a favor by giving them a symbiote. So, yeah, it had the same sort of rings of injustice to it and stuff like that. So, but in this, as we know, Brock's going to come back and he's going to be the one to say, "All right, it's okay, Dylan. You know, come back to the light or whatever." So. King of the Symbiotes, a lot of freaking King in Black tie-ins. I'm kind of getting tired of them. I'm glad it's over. But here we go, Marauders. Man, another one I'm looking forward to. Jerry Dugan's killing it on this. In this, they go to Madripoor and buy a bar. They walk into the bar. There's the owner, the barkeep, and look, Iceman just drops a freaking wad of big bag of money on the table and says, "Yeah, we'll take the whole place." So, like any good pirates,
yeah, you got to have a bar to hang out at.
They have their own tavern to hang out at. So.
Now, are they starting to sing sea shanties?
Of course, that's hot right now. Sea shanties are really hot right now. Okay, last book I think at Marvel, unless Thor. You want to talk about Thor? Anybody?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I mean,
Donnie Tate.
I think I say this every time it comes out. Like, I don't like this story, but I like the way that they tell it because I'm not too thrilled about the whole like Donald Blake is evil now angle that they do. I mean, they've done it before. Yeah. It's just it's not a concept I particularly enjoy. Mostly because it just makes the whole thing about Donald Blake just stupidly convoluted. I think recent Thor writers have gotten around to the idea, just fucking ignore the Donald Blake stuff. It's just unnecessary
Donald Blake
baggage.
Is definitely an aspect of Thor that's best left in the closet. Yeah, they don't need to talk about it.
Superheroes in general have kind of outgrown this whole secret identity thing, like a long ass time ago, and just... But it does have some pretty cool fight scenes, and he does know how to kind of like bring in some of the goofier things like in a really awesome way. Like at the end of the last issue, like Frog Thor shows up, and it's like, I'm the one hunting you, bitch. But
he's in this, and he's actually, it looks to be a focus in this because they're oddly showing off a dissected frog, and there he is doing his thing. And then he has Lockjaw show up because, of course, they're both on the Animal Avengers. They're Avengers pals, which is rad.
That's the first time I've seen an Inhuman, though, in a long time.
Oh, yes, you're not wrong. Yeah, dude, they've been ignoring them a lot.
They were pushing them really heavy back when they were basically trying to make them the X-Men for the MCU. But now they don't have to do that anymore because they can just use the X-Men. So, fuck them.
So stupid. All right, this is a weird book. X-Men Legends #1. This is like the 3rd or 4th volume of that. It's Fabian Nicieza. I'm not even sure how to pronounce the name. And also Brett Booth. But this is actually a continuation of Fabian's legendary run back in the day. And it's in continuity. It's just out of time continuity. The Brett Booth art is really what sells it here, just like that issue of X-Men from a few weeks ago. Because it just looks like it's 90s throwback, dude.
Yeah.
And it's so perfect. Oh my gosh, look at the pouches. I love the fucking pouches. Oh my gosh.
The 90s costumes were my first introduction to the X-Men in general. So, yeah, it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, there's an action figure variant, of course. This is probably my favorite one. This is the Iban Coelho one. Man, I'm so used to seeing him do Venom that, holy shit, his art looks even better when there's some actual color on top of it, not just black and grays. Man, that looks awesome. Dude, that looks like Street Fighter style art almost. That's what it reminds me of. Marvel vs.
Yeah,
Capcom.
I can see it.
Yeah, just very, very well done. Very well done. Give that man a freaking raise. And then this is another one, just because it's Patrick Gleason. That's just beautiful too.
That's pretty damn good too. Yeah.
Oh man, that is fucking rad. So I don't know which cover I'm getting this book, but I don't know which cover I'm getting.
You're probably gonna get the regular cover because some of these might be 1 in 25 or something.
No, maybe I might try to get this connected cover, because I guess the first 4 or 5 issues are all going to connect together.
Like
Fabian,
the classic X-Men from the 90s.
Exactly. Fabian Nicieza got the first 2 issues. What's her name? Walt Simonson's old lady has the other 2. Here, let me go and find it. Or has the next art. Louise. Yeah, Louise Simonson's got the next one.
Yeah.
Here it is. Doing a classic X Factor story. Yeah. Louise and Walter Simonson doing a brand new X-Men Legends or X-Men story out of their X Factor run. Set before X Factor 43. Dude, that's freaking rad, man. Yeah, so I think that's a solid idea for Marvel to do that, to go back and...
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it done in other places. Transformers have done that in the past, so why not?
Awesome. Moving on. Again, Dynamite has...
There's nothing at Dynamite, man. You can just scroll past it.
No. Boom Studios, not much from them this week.
It's a light week for Boom.
Abbott had a pretty good debut. Expanse is based on the show. Once and Future is always a winner. It's basically a modern day Arthur, King Arthur tale. It's got really good art. It's got this witty old grandma in it and her, ignorant son. He's just ambivalent to everything. Doesn't know what the hell's going on. And they're meeting a dragon in this one. So it's a solid adventure story. And then, of course, Power Rangers.
Don't have Jules here to talk about it, but
if Jules was here, we'd rag on him for loving that. All right, now we're into everything else. If you see something,
it's cool to like it nowadays. I mean, Power Rangers is getting a lot of acclaim.
It really is. It really is.
All righty. A lot of stuff in the independents here. We got the Black Cotton #1 from Scout.
Yeah, this is sort of an alternate future sort of thing, alternate history, where the social order of white and black is reversed.
So if you've ever heard of the movie Cracker, then this is probably along those lines.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Basically, Cracker is where it's a black-dominated South, and the white are slaves.
Awesome. So we'll see about this. That actually looks pretty damn good.
Another one also just right off that is a book called Black Friday from John Clark and Travis Williamson. It's from the new Black Caravan imprint on the Scout Comics, and it's just talking about like all the craziness that goes on with Black Friday sales, and I'm not quite sure why there's a zombie on the cover.
Well,
other than
zombies,
it's
shopping,
consumerism.
That's kind of on brand for Black Friday, to be perfectly honest. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's true. I'm more of a Cyber Monday guy.
Let's see. Next one.
Go ahead, Sonny.
I was just going to wait till somebody else said something.
No, I've got nothing to the recount.
we are in the U section for sure now, David.
Yeah.
Hollow Heart #1.
Yeah. The covers for this look great.
Vault Comics.
This
thing has been making the rounds on Twitter. Yeah. So I'm actually looking forward to this one.
Yeah, the market is really abuzz about this book for some reason.
All right. Let's see. We got.
Go ahead.
Oh
yeah, like Taylor said,
if we're going alphabetically, then we're already in the S's and the R's.
Yeah, Jungle Fantasy. I know these are some of David's favorites.
Yay! I love cheesecake. It's very delicious.
We're not even showing the covers. I mean, geez,
they can't.
Like
they're that bad.
Cheesecake. Yeah,
it's the cheesiest cheesecake. Dude, back when Dave and I did the preview show, there's always a section of the previews catalog where it's all those books all porn, and I'm like, all right, Dave, what are you looking into on the porn? Like every month. What do you got, bro? Nothing.
Okay. We got you, like you said, you had the recount. That's on my radar right now.
Jonathan Hedrick, Gabriel Ibarra Nunez. Basically, a president resigns. And that's not enough.
Gets shot.
Yeah, that's not enough for half of the electorate. Okay.
Oh yeah, president resigns. Gets shot by the Secret Service. And
yeah, everybody who any supporters of that political individual, right? That president are going to be hunted down and murdered, assassinated by this group. Even if you're online, they're like, no, we hacked it. We hacked your social media. We know where you are. We're going to find you. And that's how it starts. And the vice president is whisked away into like a safety room. And this dude goes onto the TV and says all this shit he's going to do. And then two of her Secret Service agents turn on her and say, you're next. What? Yeah, very timely, dude. I mean, I don't think you could have planned it any better than
what
Jonathan Hedrick did.
Didn't the first issue come out like almost right after the election?
Yeah, it was after.
And it's like 3 months since this issue, the second issue.
I think it came out last month, so right after the insurrection attempt, really.
I think it came out
let's
before.
Look, I can look.
It's an
very timely.
Right here.
Yeah.
We have the information right here. And go to issue #1, November 18th. So it's been a couple of months.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, issue 3 is supposed to drop on schedule though in March. So and then April for issue 4. So it's back on schedule and wonderful debut issue. I had such a great time with it. It was a real surprise. That's why I liked it. Savage, you talking about Savage?
I wasn't going to talk about Savage. I was going to talk about Shadow Doctor.
Well, Savage is a Max Bemis book. A longtime character, been around forever. A boy who is savage, who was raised in the woods. But this one's got sort of a social media, like he's like a social media icon, now in this book. I don't know. It sounds weird. I'm just really happy that Valiant Entertainment has finally got some freaking books in the pipe,
It'll be interesting to see Max Bemis work in the world of Valiant.
We got Second Coming, Only Begotten Son. Just
nice choice.
That one right there. Story of Jesus and a superhero. Jesus comes back to learn how to be like the superhero, and it turns out the superhero is a complete dick sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, and he ends up learning from Jesus.
Yeah, it's a very good play on each other. Mark Russell writes the book. It has a lot of social relevant issues.
Love Mark Russell. Yep.
Yeah.
Shadow Doctor #1. 1930s, a black man gets a licensing physician's license and tries to start a practice and ends up going into moonshining and prohibition.
Yeah, he can't. Because of racism, he can't get an actual gig, so he's forced into a life of crime. And it's sort of an exploration of both of those worlds,
Yeah.
It sounds
okay.
wonderful, dude.
That
I usually
sounds
don't
really
read
cool.
Aftershock. I usually don't read Aftershock.
Oh,
This is
there's a
awesome.
lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
There's one other, I think one or two more books. I'm looking at. I pulled up a bunch of stuff. Okay, we talked about Second
ahead.
Coming, Shadow Doctor, Hollow Heart, Recount. Okay, here's the one we haven't talked about yet. Just piqued my interest. It is a book from Behemoth Comics called Steambound number 1.
Yeah, I already knew you were going there. Giuseppe Andreozzi and Lorenzo De Santo. It seems like it's sort of a fantasy meets Judge Dredd, kind of in a way. It
I
seems
like the cover. It's got some nice art.
Yeah.
it seems more to me like it's steampunk meets Judge Dredd.
Yeah, well, see, is Judge Dredd not steampunk?
No, Judge Dredd is
No.
dystopian future.
Are you sure? There's not a
Yeah,
little bit of
It's
steampunk
very
in there?
distinctly
dystopian.
not steampunk. Yeah.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
you guys. then.
There's no
All right.
steam at all in Judge
Whatever.
If there's steam, there might
Steampunk
be
is
something steampunk.
specifically like Victorian era technology, just like a fanciful version of it. And Judge Dredd
Oh,
is
yeah, I
definitively
guess.
not that.
Okay. All right. Ignore that. What else, Dave?
Stupid.
Terminal Punks. I kind of fell off this book, then got back on it. Basically
It's
these
almost
5
over.
kids. Yeah, it's almost over. These kids are trying to survive in a airplane terminal with a lot of rabid animals. Apparently.
Oh, cool. I think that's it, man.
I think
Unless you
that's
wanna
it.
talk White Lily. Nothing on White Lily.
Not.
This
wasn't
was a
piquing my
digital
interest.
first book. I actually read it almost a full year ago by
Oh,
Red
wow.
5 Comics. It's just about woman World War II pilots in the Russian army. It's pretty rad. It's
Cool.
not terrible.
I might ask Travis to pull it for me. I'll check it out.
Yeah. Well, there they are. Man, I got to go King in Black for my number 1 book easily. I'm gonna say Marauders as well because I'm very excited just to read more X-Men. But the Recount, that's like a dark horse hit for me this year, and yeah, I'm really excited. There's other great stuff coming out, but those are probably
There's
my
totally
big
a lot of
3.
great. You're definitely right with King in Black. I'm definitely excited for that. But then Last Ronin.
Last Ronin.
Oh, yeah.
Last Ronin is already in competition for my top 3.
That is top of my list. Last Ronin.
Nice.
And then
nice.
Iron Fist number 2. I
Oh
love
yeah,
the first
man.
issue. I'm super excited for this next one.
Good choice. You got a third? No third one? Or did you say
That was
3?
my 3. King in Black.
Oh yeah, Last Ronin. And then,
Last Ronin
then
and
Iron
Iron
Fist.
Fist.
My bad. Sorry. Taylor, what are you looking forward to, man?
My number 1 is definitely got to be Batman Catwoman number 3. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
it's not.
I just wanted to see how you react. But okay, my actual number 1 is Black Widow number 5.
Nice.
Followed
Nice.
by that Iron Fist story and probably Last Ronin.
Nice.
Yeah, Last Ronin,
Yeah.
Recount, and maybe Hollow Heart.
I don't know about Hollow Heart, dude. I read about the first 3 or 4 pages of it the other night. It was just okay. I'll try to get through the rest of it tonight and see what I think. But
Well, I haven't read it yet, so
Yeah.
I reserve judgment.
sure. Haha number 2 is a good one coming out. Stillwater wraps number 6 wraps the first arc. So much good shit. That Hellboy, young Hellboy, it's gonna be dope. Yeah, we're gonna talk about them all next week. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Come back tomorrow night, 7:30. We're talking RoboCop on the Geekterion Collective.
Dead or alive, you're going to watch this
Dead or alive, you're gonna watch this damn podcast. Stay warm, everybody. If you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, go over to those other 2 platforms, like and follow us at Outright Geekery. Go to patreon.com/Outright Geekery. Give us a buck. That would be
Just a
dope.
tip.
We do this all the time, all throughout the week. We got streams popping up all over the place. Just come back and check us out. But definitely be here tomorrow at 7:30. And most of all, thanks to these guys for hanging out with me. It's been a blast. Again, this is my favorite show of the week.
Anytime, man.
Can't wait
Tons
to
of
go
fun.
talk
It's
RoboCop
It's
tomorrow.
nice to hang out on Mondays. It's not something I can do
is.
often.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, you should get your priorities straight, bro.
Well, when we catch up at work, yes.
I did miss Jules today.
I did too. Sucks he got stuck at work. I get it. He's
Weird
essential.
circumstances.
He's essential. Somebody said he's essential. We're gonna do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Even without Jules, we still had David here to do the outro.
That worked out pretty well. Like,
It did.
yeah.
Yeah.